Right, and that was no exaggeration. That took about 15 minutes to tear through all of the bubble wrap and the wrapper and the paper and all the stuff that he's excited to play with. So the heavy hitter in this mail call came from Lone Star Comics, also known as My Comic Shop. If you don't order from them, you can save a lot of money if you order from them. I started to word that terribly, but if you order from My Comic Shop, you tend to save money. It's not a dramatic amount, but it's cheaper than what is on eBay most of the time. We'll drop a link in the description so you can go check them out. And just type in something that you're looking for. I've always used them for years because you can create a want list, and then they'll notify you as soon as they get one of those books in stock, which it does happen frequently from consignments and things like that. Are you ready? You want to see what you got? Hey. Yeah. Alright. So this first book, it came out in September/October of 1944. When you get to Golden Age books, most of the time the releases had... You good? Most of the releases, they would put out one issue and it would cover 2 months, kind of almost a quarter type deal. So with that, we have... It's old. It's older than me. Yeah, he's excited. We got Superman number 30, which it has a glare. I will take this out of that because I hate these bags. I can't see anything in it. And it is filthy, but I'm okay with it because it's supposed to be old. So, 1944 is when this came out. 2-0 Superman 30. Origin and first appearance of, and I can't say his name. If you can drop a pronunciation in the comments for me, by all means, because I can't say it no matter how many times I try to look it up. It's the first appearance of Mr. Mystipics, something like that. Oh, you are ready for this. Look at this. He's just so happy. Good for you. Yeah, that's Superman. That's Superman. And that's Clark Kent. And that's Lois Lane. And this is yours. It's your book. Super good. So the villain, Mr. Pickle, whatever you want to call him. Dang, this book is dirty. Like, it's kind of hard to see on here with the glare from that, but it needs cleaning bad. I think there's mold on it too. But it's cool. I'll give it right back. Good grief. But again, it came out in 1944, so this book is already getting close to 80 years old. Yeah, by the time you grow up, it'll be 100, and that's why it's yours. You're gonna have 100-year-old comic books. I just don't want you to drop that one, because that one's cool. I got a steal on it. It was the cheapest price I've seen it in years, so I had to go ahead and get it. It's cool. I got one more for you. All right, this next one. That was my DC book for this mail call. We're about to get into the Marvel. All right. You hear all that bubble wrap? That's all yours, buddy. All yours. So, this book, Tales to Astonish 27, came out in January 1962. Got some dust on it. That's okay. It's January 1962, first appearance of Ant-Man Henry Pym, not in costume, at a 3-0 off-white pages. Yeah. And God, I love this book. So, my story pertains to this book. Look at it. So, I had this book before. And when I mean I had this particular copy. I have a friend that lives in Michigan, and he was at a flea market, and he gave me a call. Go ahead. Whoop, got it. He called me, and he said, hey, at this flea market, they have this book. It's raw. And I was like, hey, go ahead and check it out. See if it's got all the pages, make sure it looks cool, it's clean, yada, yada, yada. Most importantly, how much do they want for it? He was like, man, they want $300. And Ant-Man had already been out. It was in between Ant-Man and getting hype for Avengers and stuff like that. So I was like, $300? Yeah, that's a really big key. So go ahead and get it, and then I'll PayPal you. So we worked out our agreement, and I got this book raw. And then I had it submitted to CGC for grading. I didn't do clean and press because that was before. Sorry. Sorry, Sam got too excited and knocked the camera down, so we have to go back and fix that. I'm talking about you. Now I'm talking to you. But he is the happiest I've ever seen him with a comic book. So I'm glad he is enjoying it. I'm super glad to have this back in my collection as well. I sold it a few years ago to a guy named Mr. Nick. You'll know Mr. Nick. Anyway, I sold it way before he was ever born. And it was one of the few books that I regretted selling. So in a Facebook market group, or a Facebook group that we use and everything like that, he posted it for sale. So whenever he said it, it's like, hey man, I regret selling you that book. I wish I would have kept on to it. So we worked out our negotiation and I got it back. And now it's back with your other books. And this book looks super, super good. For it to be a 3.0, it looks like at least a 5 or 6. It's just a classic comic book that he is loving. Alright guys, well I appreciate you. If you would, drop us a comment, that way we can talk about some books later on. Please subscribe for more CGC unboxings. I'm going to start getting back into my action figure thing. Just right now with him, this is the easiest way for us to go, is doing some comic book unboxings. It's about time we get him fed. Thank you guys.